recent weeks, New Jersey's third largest city unveiled 2 new playgrounds to accommodate children with disabilities. Vice President Kamala Harris's first trip to Montclair State University causing quite the buzz. Here at her first trip, she discussed both vaccinations and childcare at a roundtable discussion with Governor Phil Murphy right here at the Ben Samuels Children's Center. And this is where climate change comes in. If there's a storm, it could spread those chemicals and pollute surrounding areas, including the Passaic River, and according to the EPA, drinking wells less than half a mile from the site. During your presidential term, how do you plan on supporting these co-curricular activities?
Well, I'm a big fan of learning by doing. So you're speaking to the.
You're tuned in to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and you're joining us for an incredibly special and monumental moment in WMSC history. The final show that every student awaits to speak on air, share their stories one last time. According to official administrators, we're seeing the largest freshman class size come this year. And with the growing student population, that could be causing the backup on Clove Road. In recent weeks, New Jersey's third largest city unveiled 2 new playgrounds to accommodate children with disabilities. Their November 24th ribbon-cutting ceremony at the Lou Costello Park and previously at the Roberto Clemente Playground marks a milestone in Paterson's effort to provide a safer environment for inclusive play.
So today we are going to be cutting the ribbon on an inclusive playground in Paterson. One that will accommodate children with special needs in this city and something we've needed for so long.
Paterson's Mayor Andre Saya has made it one of his administration's top priorities to build parks that are accessible to all children in the city.
It's taken a long time, but it's finally happening here in the city. 2 inclusive parks, almost simultaneously.
Currently in the U.S., 1 in 6 children under 17 are diagnosed with 1 or more developmental disabilities. Experts believe these numbers will rise with increased screenings and more societal awareness.
We live in an urban city, so not everybody has access to a backyard. So to take our kids on the spectrum to a safe space where they can run around and be free and they're being properly stimulated and socializing, extremely important. She loves music, drawing, dance, art. You ask her what she wants to be, she'll say an artist or a singer. But her strong suit is definitely art. She does different drawings, canvases, painting. This is supposed to be the vice president.
Vice president, I guess.
Wow.
Increasingly, municipalities across the U.S. are prioritizing inclusivity. There are 33 inclusive playgrounds in New Jersey, Paterson being home of 2. The Lou Costello Playground caters to neurodiverse children, while the Clemente Park offers wheelchair-accessible equipment.
As any community moves forward with building playgrounds, that should be the way to go. It doesn't exclude anyone. And these playgrounds now allow parents to not only watch their children enjoy free play like every other parent, but also have a sense of comfortableness.
They need this. If my neurotypical needs it, my kid on the spectrum needs it just as much, if not more. You take her to a park, you want to have fun. She's already swinging, she's doing whatever, she's touching, she's smelling, she's feeling, she's all over the place in a good way.
The school is a nice place to be, but that's the real world out there. So the things that we are teaching them here, how can we now generalize to the Lou Costello Park?
All of the benefits of inclusive playgrounds. What's stopping cities and towns from building more accessible playgrounds? Money. Construction is expensive. Paterson's Costello Park cost over $1.2 million alone. But Mayor Saya says the city residents want this.
Because you've had parents that have gone to city council meetings and said, what is there for children with autism? What do we do with our kids? They like to play too. Our response is that we're finally going to be able to say we have playgrounds in Paterson that are inclusive.
So it's a great thing that we're finally getting them, especially here in Paterson. Remember, everyone is different. That's what makes us unique. You have to be able to teach your children that everybody is different, that you can't judge them based on the outside.
On the count of three, we're gonna say Lou Costello. You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Lou Costello!
Will the future of all U.S. parks support inclusion? Will surrounding communities follow Patterson's lead to build a more inclusive world for all children to play in? That remains to be seen. This is Montclair State students Kaya Masiak and Angela Jano reporting from the Lou Costello Park here in Patterson. Charles Velatico and Nick Nigerian are two freshmen that both major in communication media arts and moved into Denalo Heights Residence Hall in mid-August. Long-distance commuting was impractical for them. On Nick's side, however, a personal incident also contributed to his decision.
I was in a crash, so I wouldn't be able to like commute back and forth, and my parents both have like jobs that would require them to either stay home like all the time or go back and forth and with their commuting. And I think coming here honestly was the smartest decision for me.
As media coverage continues to follow college students and partying, including the 11 students at MSU who were suspended from housing first week of classes, Nick and Charles, like many other MSU students, understand the seriousness of the virus.
I grew up with both my parents were semi-immunocompromised, so like I really don't mess around with this.
I definitely take the virus extremely seriously. I have a bit of a small group of friends here already, but I've yet to like shake their hand. Any of that kind of like physical interaction. I'm not sure I'm ready for that yet.
I also asked Charles and Nick if dorming affected their academic performance.
I think it's good that I have the on-campus resources here. I'm currently doing like film stuff for the School of Business here, and it's like a little side gig, which is nice. So it's kind of good to kind of get that hands-on, especially with the media, get that kind of hands-on experience as opposed to if I was just doing this from my bedroom.
I feel like dorming is definitely a benefit academically. You have an advantage to get closer to your professors.
Charles and Nick both acknowledge that dorming comes with its downfalls. However, they both try to stay positive by keeping busy in their downtime.
Me and my friends, we skate a little bit, so we just kind of like skate around, we hang out, we put on music. You know, we try to keep it as socially distanced, masked on the entire time. It's definitely kind of like a make your own fun type of deal.
I play my acoustic guitar at the end of my bed pretty much for hours every day. Just it keeps me in check. It helps me relax.
Acting major Nell Fossa is a third-year resident now supervising the 5th floor of Freeman Hall at MSU, and most of her residents are freshmen.
The majority of students want to be here and want to do well, and that's why they're following protocol, and they want to have that full immersive experience.
Nell continues to bond with her residents by hosting online events and doing routine check-ins by knocking on each of her residents' doors and seeing how they're doing.
You may not get through to every single resident, but if you get through to like 2 or 3 and they have a really, really good semester, you still accomplished something.
As for Nick and Charles, they remain hopeful that the rest of the semester on campus will overall be a gratifying experience.
You feel like a lot better every day that goes by when, people are still social distancing, there's not many problems. And I feel like if we could just keep up how we're behaving right now, I think we should be good.
I think it's going to have some great moments, but I'm also a little bit nervous about the nights where I'm going to be by myself and I'm not going to want to turn the lights on. I honestly feel like I might need a little rain right now, just so I can be inspired to get to my rainbow. So I'm looking forward to the good stuff and I'm looking forward to the bad stuff, and I'm ready to be here.
From Montclair News Lab, I'm Kaya Masiak.